Hey, it's me, Kyle, from the Books and Boards YouTube channel. I sell used board games and board game pieces on eBay, along with my wife and my dad. Been doing it for a little over 5 years now. Been reselling for over 10, and I have just recently started this YouTube channel, so most of my videos have been very vlog-like, where I just kind of sit and talk. But today, I'm going to do something a little different. I want to do a top 5 video. So today, I'm going to give you the top 5 board game sales that we have had in the past, well, it's about a year and a half now. I'm going back to January 1st of 2024. So almost 2 years of selling board games. And yeah, so we'll give this a shot. Hopefully I can post some graphics or some pictures and whatnot here. Coming in at number 5 is Lifeboats. It's made by Z-Man Games, which, if you're familiar with the pandemic games, that's kind of what they're known for, or at least that's how I know of them. This game was actually from like one of their earlier games from 1993. It's got wooden boats, and it's really cool. I'd never seen it before. I've never seen anything like it since. We sold that one for $130. Coming in at number 4 is an electronic game. We don't do too many electronic games. Most of them don't sell for a lot. If we do them, I usually buy them in a bulk lot and then sell them for, $8 to $15. But every now and then you get a really good one. This one is a vintage electronic game. It's called Subchase, and I don't think the thrift store had it for more than like $2 or $3. I don't think they knew what it was. But it still had the box, and it still had the instructions and everything. It was really cool. It worked when we put batteries in. It almost looked like it hadn't been used. It was called Subchase, and like I said, it came with the box and instructions. It was from 1978. We sold that one for $139.99, and all these are plus shipping, so this does not include the shipping. All right, number 3 on the list is an Angry Birds game. Now, if you sell board games at all, you probably have run into some Angry Birds stuff, and it is kind of amazing to me how much people are willing to spend on Angry Birds games and toys. This one at number 3 was the Angry Birds Happy Holidays game. It came out in 2012. We've actually sold 2 copies of this. One was missing something, so we had to mark down the price a little bit. But this one sold for $149.99 plus shipping. And I was just looking at all the games that we've sold over the last 2 years, and out of like the top 20 games that we've sold, there's probably about 6 or 7 of them which are Angry Birds. So if you see Angry Birds when you're out and about at a garage sale or a thrift store, definitely look them up. They're worth looking up. There are a couple that don't go for a lot, but they're still worth picking up. But then there are some that, like this Happy Holidays one, there's Spring is in the Air. Mega Fling is a good one, where even just like I saw someone selling the box for the Angry Birds Mega Fling for $20. Just the box for $20. So if you see Angry Birds, definitely look them up. Number 2 on the list was Masters of the Universe Battle for Eternia. It was a vintage game, 1985. My childhood, I had He-Man. When I was growing up, I watched He-Man. This one we sold for $149.99. If I remember this correctly, I think my dad was the one who picked this game up, and I don't think he realized what it was. I think he knew that it was probably worth something, but it wasn't until I got it when I was like, wait a minute, this is from 1985. Like, this is probably worth something. So yeah, so we got, and it was in great condition for being that old. But we got $149.99 plus shipping on that one. And then coming in at number 1, I see these games all the time. Whenever I see them, I usually pick them up, especially if they have any weight to the box. It's Stratomatic games. Now, if you're not familiar with board games, you're probably wondering what that is. It's basically board games and sports combined, where you can actually use player cards to play an entire season with a board game. They've been making these games for years, and especially some of the older cards. They come in like team sets for the cards. They can go for really good money. This one was a basketball one. I see a lot of baseball ones out there, but this was a basketball one in particular, and it was from 1981. It was pro basketball. It had 27 teams from the 93-94 season, and we got $191 plus shipping on that. So like I said, if you see Stratomatic, kind of like the Angry Birds, you're going to definitely want to first off see if there's any weight to the box, because if there's no weight to the box, then it's just the game and there's no player cards in there. That's what you want, is the player cards. Some of the player card sets even go for really good money. I've seen those go for $50, $60, $70 just for some team sets. So if you see Stratomatic out there, definitely take a look, and it's probably worth picking up. So there you have it, the top 5 board game sales of the last 2 years for us. I'm actually kind of surprised that none of them were over 200. We've had a few over the 5-year span that were over $200, but still some pretty good sales. It's important to note that the majority of our sales are between $20 and $30. That's kind of those are bread and butter games. These are cool though. I like talking about them. They obviously are very memorable when we find them, when we sell them. So hopefully you got a little bit out of that. Hopefully maybe you find some of these out and about. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check us out on Facebook, Books and Boards, and I will see you tomorrow. Up the room, time to brighten up the room so that we can film.